I'm wondering how many of you feel like you should be or could be doing more with your time here on earth and you're not doing it, but you feel this kind of weighted expectation because of social media or their friends and what they're up to or people you see online or whatever it is. There was a beautiful moment in the event last night where one of the girls we were talking about love and business and purpose and all of that, and she quite bravely poked up and said, hey, is it bad that all I've ever wanted is just to be a wife and a mum? And we were just discussing the changes and the massive imbalance of masculine and feminine in the world today, and how there's this now almost expectation on women to be ambitious and to have their own business or their own projects or their own, massive incomes, or to, have this incredible purpose outside of what the, let's be honest, the initial purpose of a woman is. And that's not to say that she can't do all the other things as well. And there's a lot of women who do just want that initial role of wife and mum. And yet it's seen in this world today as but you could be so much more, or you could do so much more, or why don't you want to do this? Or even one of the girls, at the time this was brought up in the event, a lot of the women in the circle were like, me too. And it was almost like this scared to say it thing. And I completely resonate with that. I'm just wondering if you can actually hear me because my microphone's down there. I completely resonate with that. And I remember seeing one of my idols, Goldie Hawn, speak at her Hollywood Walk of Fame star speech. And she talked about how all she ever wanted was the white picket fence, the husband, the kids. And for a long time, she didn't get that because she had to go on this journey of dancing and acting and marriages and divorces and all the things, right? And she got all of those things that she wanted, and she got a whole lot more because she navigated and overcame so many really hard things. If you've ever read her book, it's really beautiful. And she got all of those things that she wanted. She got to be the mum, she got to be the wife, she has an incredible partner, and she's created incredible works in the world through her movies, and then also now her organizations that help women, that help children, that help so much around the world. And it was a really beautiful conversation that was had, and I wanted to bring it into this space because I'm wondering how many of you don't necessarily want to have a business. I can tell you right now, I'm like Goldie Hawn. All I ever fucking wanted was the home, the husband, the babies, and that was it. And my life has led me down paths of healing, of growth, of experiences that are leading me to that and more. And that's, people look at me and they're like, you're so ambitious, you've got these businesses and you're doing all these things. And if I got to choose just to have the husband and the kids and the house right now, I would have chosen it a long time ago. My life is leading me somewhere different. And I also know that by leaning in to where my life is leading, it's actually leading me to all those things, just like it did for Goldie Hawn. And I'm wondering if you feel like you're missing something, whether you have all of that already or not. And I'm wondering where that's coming from. If you're already a wife and a mum and you feel like you're supposed to be doing more, maybe it could just be becoming a better wife and mum. And that's the work too. It's the same work as someone who's building a massive $1 million business is doing. It's all work on ourselves. How to peel back the layers, how to get rid of that unconscious programming that's not serving, that's not great to pass on to our kids so that they don't repeat cycles that we've repeated, right? And so at the end of the day, no matter what it is that we're wanting to do, no matter how we're wanting to lead in our life, we're all able to do the same work to get there? Is this landing for you? If it is, pop some love in the chat. I would love to hear if this lands for you. Is it because you're already a wife and a mum and you feel like you should be doing more? Or is it because you haven't found that thing that you want yet, whether it's the family, whether it's the partner alone, or whether it's the purpose, and you feel like you just have no idea where to start or what that's supposed to look like, and you feel like you're doing it all wrong? Because I can promise you, you're not alone. I've been there many times in the past, and you will always get to the things that you desire by leaning in to the path that's being laid in front of you, no matter how weird or uncomfortable or unfamiliar it might be. Drop some love in the chat, drop some shares in the chat. If this lands for you, I'd love to interact on this subject. It was a massive, beautiful one in the event last night, and it was awesome to be a part of, and I'm really excited about what's going to be happening in this conversation and in this space. My phone's overheating now, so I'm going to stop this live. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.